we are good to go.
All right, we are finally live. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate you coming. We have one board member that's going to phone in here. So we have a quorum here. Mike, you're going to watch from. We said 12:30 for phoning in for the rooms and stuff like that. Well, with that, we'll start with our students' accomplishments. We have our Skills USA, third in the nation, highest ever finished in ECTS. We did Kendra one last time.
Wait, the last time?
I'll be around.
Okay.
I figured like student orientation, I just show up in my alumni shirt and like.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll still see each other. It's fun. Alright. Well, my name is Kendra Ramey, outgoing Skills USA president and early childhood education student.
And I'm Avita Pashak. I'm also an early childhood education student, and I am a newer member. This is my first year in Skills USA. So.
Huge accomplishment there. Today we just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about our experience at Nationals. We've talked to you a lot about Skills USA, but this is something that we have gone to, but it's the first time we've ever placed at Nationals in Erie County Technical School history. And it is just, it changed my view on Skills USA because I didn't realize it was this big. And you guys helped us to get to this position where we were able to go by getting us money to go, which is a huge thing. So we're just going to talk to you a little bit about that. Mr. Miller, whenever you're done eating. So first off is our,
Sorry. Alrighty. So the first day of our competition, and this was the day before we actually started it, we got to set up in the huge convention center. I don't think I've ever been in this one this big. Like, it was humongous. And so we set up, as you can see here, and then there's a picture on the top from our setup in Hershey, and you can see how we kind of progressed and got a little more professional setup on the bottom there. And this was really neat. They called it the Texpo. And so there was a whole bunch of businesses and all the different career clusters were set up, and you could go up to talk to people from them and ask them questions and get to know and see all the different like career options that are inside your classroom here. And it was really neat to be able to talk to the other students at the businesses as well. You got to see different people, and we also got to talk to all the different teams that were competing against us while we were setting up and see how their classrooms were different. Like one of the early childhood education classrooms, they actually did a daycare. Some of them worked in a elementary school. It was really neat to see how they did things differently and what we could bring into our own classroom here. And it was just a great opportunity to network with all the other schools that were there. So that was a really cool part.
And by humongous, we mean to get to our competition table, we had to go down 4 escalators and walk 20 minutes through this conference center. So it is absolutely huge. They had whole semi-trucks just lined up in the one room, competitions everywhere. It was an incredible opportunity.
It was in the Georgia World Congress Center.
Yes.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
So it was absolutely beautiful. And this is just a little more in perspective. You have a bunch of mini Millers up in that top left corner right there, taking over the world. We had Mike Rowe. Does anyone know him?
Yeah.
I feel like he's a big. We have her pin up here. She was incredible. But it's just the scale of the competition. I go back to my first ever year competing. It was during COVID. And we just kind of got here, put stuff on a bus, and we just drove a little while until we got to this creepy building. And then we walked inside and we sat on concrete floors. And then we just competed. So you go from that to going onto a plane and flying all the way to Atlanta to a room full of thousands and thousands of people. I never thought Skills USA was this big, seeing as if I asked someone, hey, I'm in Skills USA, do you know what that is? No one's gonna say yes, okay? So to go from that to that is absolutely insane, and I do not know how more people don't know about it.
felt like we took over the city because everywhere you look, you just see red jackets running down the streets on the scooters. It was really neat to see
It was.
everybody there.
And it's crazy how many people there didn't know what it was, even though it wasn't the first time that they got overran by teenagers. But it's insane that there's not enough knowledge around Skills USA.
I feel like I saw on Mike Rose TikTok him posting something about this.
Probably,
Am I right?
yeah, for
Okay.
sure. He is,
Him on TikTok.
There you go.
yeah, he is huge into it. He has been supporting Skills USA and so many other youth organizations
Yeah.
in the world for
He's awesome.
a very long time. He is incredible for sure. And just to take that networking a little bit further, we got to meet our PA state officers, which was an awesome opportunity. Then we have, down in the middle, we have our state director. We had Avita catching things falling from the sky, not really sure what that's called.
I don't know. It was in the text photo.
It was in the textile. It was, I believe, with the National Guard actually, which was super cool.
Okay.
And then we have all the pin trading. So up here, up front, we have our whole map.
Texas one's gonna fall off. It's not
That's okay.
okay. So
We'll just catch it.
yeah.
Here, I'll just take it off.
Yeah.
There you go. There's 2 Texas pins. But each state has its own pin. Some of them had multiple. Over here on the corner, we actually 3D printed pins. So Tyler Wassel, you guys have met him a couple times. He made Erie County pins, which were super neat. But every single state has a pin, and some of them move, some of them are different, and they are all the winning pins. So the pins that the students competed in to make. So there's that t-shirt design, there's pin design, all those things. And then we actually got their t-shirt design shirts as well. So this we will take a picture of, and we'll actually put it up in our display case that we have started this year. But you literally just wear a 20-pound chain around your neck and you walk around and, you know, do the exact thing you're going up to, which is talk to strangers. So it's a pretty awesome experience. But this will be up here to look at the end if you'd like. So we got to talk to a bunch of people. Shelly Traffis actually posted our Erie County Technical School post onto her Instagram and Facebook page. So we even got that national recognition for people to tap onto our social media and look at what Erie County Technical School is as well.
And then we were also able to have many great experiences outside of Skills USA and see everything that Atlanta had to offer. We visited the Martin Luther King Memorial Site. We visited his museum. We visited that yellow house. It's actually his house that he lived in. And we got to actually go inside of the church that he preached at, which was really a neat piece of history to see because you hear all about it growing up, but then when you actually get to see it in person, it's mind-blowing. It's so awesome to see. And then we visited the Coca-Cola Museum, tried all, it was just a large room and you had sample cups and you went around with them and there was every single Coca-Cola product that they've produced in there that you could taste test. Some of them were really good and others were a little interesting, but it was still neat to try all of them. And me and Kendra got to meet and take a picture with the famous Coca-Cola polar bear, which was really cool.
Really creepy.
I still don't know if it was a robot or a person. That was a little interesting, but still really cool. We visited lots of different food places. We visited the Georgia Aquarium and got to see some amazing animals. There was whale sharks. I think Kendra and Miss Fox saw the sea lions.
Yes, we saw the sea
A
lions.
show of them. There were dolphins. So it was really cool that this also gave us the opportunity to do stuff outside of Skills USA and have these amazing opportunities to see.
And it was all very educational,
It
right?
was.
Like, I never knew how much Martin Luther King's wife did. Like,
Yes.
we're always told about Martin Luther King, but then we walk in and there's just a whole room full of awards and declarations to his wife. So it's so incredible the history that you learn, as well as the opportunities that you have throughout this journey as well.
And
Were
it
there
came.
many historical sites down there?
Yes, tons.
Did you see a lot of them? Did you have a
We
chance?
Yes, we tried to walk anywhere we could when we had the chance outside of competitions.
What was your favorite?
Georgia Aquarium. I mean, I went twice, so
I meant historical site, not the.
Oh, historical site. I mean, it's pretty pretty historical. They have a documentary. But I would say the Martin Luther King Memorial was super cool. Seeing all the awards and sculptures and everything.
And in case you're wondering, Martin Luther King has a Grammy, which I didn't know
that.
for a
That's
speech he
awesome.
made, which that was really
For
cool to
spoken
see.
word.
Yes, and we actually got to see they had the actual Grammy Award there. They had clothes that he wore and everything. It was really cool.
Right? And a lot of sacrifice. Like
Yes.
Martin Luther King, the last flowers he gave to his wife were actually artificial. And he actually told her, I'll love you forever until these flowers die. And they have never died, and they're in the museum right now. So there's just those things that you're actually seeing and you're actually remembering instead of just reading them in a textbook. So it was an awesome opportunity to be there. And then us winning bronze, right? First time in Erie County Technical School history, awesome experience. I mean, working at this for 3 years, never ever thought it would happen. To be there was incredible, to be on stage was incredible. Everyone says I look grumpy on stage. I'm in shock, I don't know what you want my face to look like, but I was very excited on the inside, very happy to take that podium that day. What do you have to say?
It was just such a cool experience. It was really cool to go backstage and everything. I felt like I kind of had my Taylor Swift moment. I'm like, I kind of feel like Taylor Swift going backstage and everything. So it was really cool to just be a part of something that large because we went from at the opening ceremony sitting up in, I think, the last row of the stadium, watching it on the Jumbotron to actually being down front on stage was absolutely incredible. It was such an awesome experience to be a part of.
Yes. And she is not lying. The first thing we got down there and we got in line and she turns to me and she goes, Kendra, do you think Taylor Swift is standing right here? And I was like, probably. Yeah, we'll go with that, for sure.
It was very cool.
I probably still have a bruise on my arm for how hard Avita hit me when she heard Pennsylvania announced. But it was an incredible opportunity, very heartfelt, lots of tears, and lots of joy as well. Huge, huge experience. Got us on the news, got our name out there. Incredible opportunity. And now our students see that this isn't just a myth or an idea. This is something you can actually do. We have done it before. So I think that's really what this meant to our school is just this is something that we can just make the norm is winning.
Now, how many of you were outgoing seniors?
Just me. I loved it because we had a level 1, 2, and 3. So all different levels, and then I mean, Avita winning her first year, that's a story
That
that's
was
gonna
crazy.
go on forever, you know what I mean?
Now you've got a high bar.
Yeah.
Yes, very high
I'm
bar.
hoping to keep it there, so.
So,
Second is next year, right?
Yes.
Yes.
yes. So, incredible.
If you win at nationals, you go on, there's actually a competition in Europe.
Yes.
Oh.
Is it in Europe?
It's actually in Shanghai
Okay.
next year, it's every 2 years. We did find out that they do kind of pick and choose who Worlds is, so as long as you're really highlighting yourself. Can anyone guess our point difference from our placement of points to first place? How many points difference there was?
Well, what was the scale?
Yeah,
It was a
It's out of a thousand.
1,000.
It's out of 1,000.
And you're scoring all these things. One of the things that I thought was neat was the hidden people coming and looking, interacting
Yeah.
with the tech club.
That was neat. Yes.
I think the value of
Say
it.
2.
2 points?
2 points.
Well, you have to remember there was second place between us.
Oh, that's right, okay.
2,000.
4
So
points.
4 points. We were 50 points off, which
I love that.
from first to third is like, in my opinion, actually insane. A lot of the things we like really paired right next to them in those slots. So for 50 points with a second place between us, I thought was a crazy score. What was our exact points?
High 800s, like
High
79.
Yeah.
Or something
So,
like that.
which is insane because in our briefing at the end, he literally told us that some of the highest scores were in like the 600, 700 range. So when she was like, guess your score, I'm like, high 600s. And then she goes, 870 something. I'm like, wow, that's incredible. So I definitely think we have potential to place again next year with some hardworking students here at Erie County Technical School.
So, as I'm sure you all have heard, there was a bit of a struggle to get home, but this gave us a perfect opportunity to work on our problem-solving skills and make the best of it. So, we woke up the morning we were supposed to leave, and we all get a text from Mrs. Missouri, and it's like, our flight was canceled. So we're like, okay, like we managed to get a late checkout. We went swimming. We made the best of it. Dove for pennies in the pool. We made Miss Fox throw them. So we had fun, but our advisors and parents and everybody who came with us were absolutely fantastic that day and the whole trip. So within a 100-mile radius of us, there were no cars. Everybody had rented them because everybody's flights got canceled. So they're like, let's just drive home. So we had no cars. So everybody's searching for flights. We get to the airport. We don't know if we'll be stuck there overnight or not. Like there were news stations everywhere that we actually talked to. So we ended up having to fly from Atlanta all the way to Florida, which is where we took the picture with the flamingo. We had our little Florida moment there. That is around, I think, 1 a.m. So we got to Florida, and then we had to find a rental car, which is a bit of a struggle. So first car didn't work, so we had to get another car. That was the whole thing. So we finally got on the road and drove all the way back from Florida to this building right here. So it was definitely an adventure, but it helped us work on our problem-solving skills, and we made it here eventually, so that's all that matters.
I mean, you can see the smile on our faces with that flamingo after a flight cancellation, a delay, another delay, and then a gate change, then a flight move up to which we're switching across
Yes.
the airport. So we do have that ability to adapt and find plans changing and going. I mean, I flew to Tampa to drive back to Atlanta to be dropped off on a curb. So,
For a vacation.
for a vacation. My parents were there.
Yes.
But, you know, I'm sure that drive up was not the most comfortable.
No.
But you can see there, Ms. Nazario and Mr. Miller dreaming of just that welcome to Erie sign. We just wanted to be home. So, but we still had a smile on our face. We were still joking around. Lots of laughs, lots of memories in that one single trip home.
Yes, and when we made it home, we were met with gifts from Miss Aiken and some of our other Skills USA members. We had set up a sign on the door and we had confetti poppers, so it was really nice to be welcomed back to our school like that. It was really awesome.
My mom stayed up and went to my aunt's and made signs and posters and bought a bunch of stuff. And she was like, well, you're not going to see it, so here's a picture. And I was like, okay, perfect, thank you so much. But it was an awesome experience. A lot of gratitude, I think, from us, too.
For sure.
Everyone who supported us. I mean, there was a parade planned, but, you know, obviously that didn't happen at 1 in the morning, so.
Not many people wanted to get up there, which
No,
I couldn't blame them.
anyone wanted to get up that early, so. But it was an incredible experience, and we are grateful for you. I did write a quick letter up last night that I just want to hand you guys, just expressing our gratitude a little bit more. So although you guys, we want to thank you for your ability to fund this trip, because you're not only funding, you know, just an event, you're funding an experience that we're never going to forget, an experience to network, get to know people, have job opportunities. I mean, some of these competitions come with already jobs available and thousands of dollars in equipment. So with all your guys' help, we were able to get very far, and we are ever so grateful. So I'm going to stop yapping, because I never do, and you guys can ask any questions. Oh, that's right, you got batteries for that.
Oh, all right.
So what's next for you, Kendra?
I am on the 20th, the day of the orientation for the incoming students, actually, is my first day at Mercer University. I will be getting my early childhood education degree and special education degree. Doing that for 4 years, and then I am going to be going into the Peace Corps post.
Special education is very sought after, so yes.
Sadly, I will be doing it in another country, but That's always been my dream. My only mission in life is to help as many people as possible.
That's awesome.
And if I can do that in a less fortunate country and help kids, that is what I'm going to do. So after I get my early childhood education degree, I will be heading out with the Peace Corps to do some much needed work for our world.
That's fantastic. Good for you. Awesome.
But I'm of course always welcome back for a job here. Just not straight away. Any other questions or anything about the trip? Awesome. We are
I've asked
gonna
all my questions.
we're gonna leave all of this up here. Feel free to come up. Our medal is up here and everything. All our workbooks that we've done, our handouts, our pens. Be free to look at it. We're gonna actually go eat, but I'm sure we'll stick around. So if afterwards you want to ask anything or talk about anything, we will be here.
Yes, thank you for your time.
Thank you both.
I can't thank you guys enough for being great ambassadors for the school, for representing our student body. I mean, it's truly remarkable the work you guys have done. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, if anybody wants seconds, there's plenty of food there, and I told all them to go get a plate of food. And if you want a spot to sit to eat it, you know, feel free to use the Eagles Nest. Actually, CPI's in Eagles Nest.
Yeah. Front lobby probably is better.
They're done.
They're done.
We'll have a party.
They're done. So we're good.
Oh, they got done. All right. Well, if we jump into the agenda, we'll review it real quick. There is going to be an executive session. Because we have a low quorum, I'm just going to share the executive session documents because it's actually for future reference. And we'll just skip executive session if that's everybody's okay with that. If you don't ask questions about new hires. I'll share those documents and give them to you, and you can take them. It's an MOU proposal with the support staff, and then my evaluation. Sam had asked me to put together some things and draft my evaluation. So since we don't have a lot of people, I'll give those to you, and we can talk about them next month. So just running through the agenda quick. If anybody has any questions or anything, I do want to apologize. Hot off the press is the faculty handbook. Dave Swanson, right here, getting seconds, that a boy, took our faculty handbook and totally gutted it and re-edited it and turned it into a digital handbook. So it's now in there, but we didn't get in there until this morning. So I apologize for that. You can't really read through it, but it really has the same content as previous years. Few things were edited, just the language that we wanted to kind of emphasize, like, you know, don't leave your classroom unattended. If it's less than 5 minutes, you can pull another staff member to cover. More than 5, contact the principal, little things like that. So there's nothing major changes to it. Just added more expectations in several areas of classroom management, safety, and professionalism kind of stuff. So, so that is there. If you want to table it till next month, feel free, because we didn't have it to you ahead of time to truly read and go through. That's up to you guys. Either way, it's the same handbook every year, right?
Did Labor Council look at it, just to make sure it's consistent?
They didn't, but it is consistent with the contract. I mean,
Thank you for
the changes were de minimis. It wasn't like it was anything that's going to conflict with the contract. All right, so running through the agenda real quick, we did student accomplishments. If we jump down to important items coming, we got a whole bunch of dates there. We got our new staff orientation Monday, Tuesday, and Friday next week. We have our 2 in-service days, Wednesday, Thursday next week. We have new student orientation on Wednesday of next week. So it's coming in fast and furious. I did throw on there first day of school, but then our PAC meeting. I had a couple meetings down with the Bayfront Maritime Center. There used to be some all-ed programming through them. There used to be another program through them. Mill Creek used to have a program at one point. Right now, they don't have a program. And so Iroquois, Shane Murray, and Thad Urban reached out to me earlier in the summer and said, that's such a great space. They have great things going on. They want to do some more educational program. We want to bring legitimacy to their processes and their programs. So we want to bring you into the conversation, and you're the guy to make this happen. So I've met with them a couple times. We're going to have our superintendent meeting there. They brought forth a proposal to be considered down the road to be a satellite program of some kind for our districts in maritime scenarios. My interpretation of it is you do facility maintenance, because they got plumbing, they got carpentry, they got, the electrical, all the controls, that kind of stuff, but it's on the water versus in a building. So we're gonna go down, they're gonna host us, our superintendent meeting in September there. They're gonna take us out to the levee, kind of an interesting adventure for the superintendent. So, but we'll have that conversation. We're looking, at least a year out, but, we'll see what they propose. They're looking to catch that student body maybe of kids that are kind of lost, and maybe the maritime side is the hook to get them into some like dropout prevention type scenario type program that runs through career and tech ed, as we all look for ways to keep kids engaged in that junior and senior year and get them actually employable skills so they are contributing members of society.
Tall ships is next week.
Yes. There it is. There it is. So we're interesting conversations anyhow. September 15th, 16th, and 17th, our leadership team got invited to go to a conference in Miami. Basically, all the expenses in Miami are paid. The registration, the overnight stuff, the meals and so forth in Miami. We looked at it. We had adopted, this is in my board report as well, we had adopted with a couple of requests from professional staff the last couple of years to go to like national events, national trainings, that kind of stuff out of state. We adopted the philosophy that basically it's like an out-of-state kind of conference event. We're going to consider it like it's in the airport city, right? There's a conference in Pittsburgh. We'd pretty much send almost anybody if it ties to their professional development and benefit of our school. So we kind of treat it that way, that hey, we're willing to approve you to go to this conference, but this is the stipulations. The conference is in Pittsburgh, and then you're going to pay for flights, you're going to pay for extra nights, you're going to pay for rental car, all that stuff's on you. And so we discussed it as an admin team. I am going to go to the conference. It's a national conference, and go down to Miami for those days, where the school pays for transportation to Pittsburgh, and then everything else is paid by myself or actually national conference. I know Lisa really wanted to go, a couple other administrators, but with too many irons of fire, we said let's send one. And the conference is about innovation in education. It's about emerging trends and so forth, and I asked why did we get the invite, and they said because you're getting some grants and stuff, it looks like you guys are innovating, and at the state level in your state, they said that's somebody you might want to invite, so one of the schools you might want to invite. So that's interesting. We have the Professional Women in Construction panel on there. We've started to do, Lisa runs that annually. We got the solar RFP went out, and that's going to be due on the 18th. Would like to put a little committee together for the 23rd to interview any the contractors that put in RFPs on that. That's Tuesday before our meeting on Thursday, kind of after school time. Was hoping to possibly use the renovation committee from the 4th. They're willing, or if not, we can handle it internally with maybe 1 or 2 board members if they want to volunteer. We're looking at like 3 to 6 o'clock on the 22nd of September for those interviews, and then our board meeting is when we'll hopefully approve somebody on the RFP. Then 2 days later, on September 25th. Now, the original timeline keeps getting moved up. We originally said we were going to approve somebody in October, moving it up for that legislation that's on the table and making sure we get everything in so we get the incentives at what they proposed, where it's like not $500,000 for the kickbacks and incentives for doing that with the green energy. Anybody have any questions on that one? And then some other Deers and Dumpers is happening again with field trips and the Saturday Community Fair. We have a couple other dates on that. Looking into new business, IEC lease is a new lease that's on there that they're basically going to do some adult ed apprenticeship classes here in the evening time, a couple days a week throughout the school year. Like to build it out to be bigger, but they're just doing, since they're new to doing it here, they have contracts with a few other tech centers. They have nothing in person in the Erie, Northwestern PA area. So I think it's a good lease for us to do more with adult ed and electrical. They are the non-union electrical apprenticeships. You have your handbooks. You have the ESS addendum to that contract for the change in the pay rates that we did in June. You have some job descriptions that we never had, one for our teachers before, so you have that one there. And then we created one for the transition coordinator. You have articulation agreement with EC3, and that's pretty much all the new business items. Mike, if you want to jump down to my report, then I'll cover a couple other things and ask what the board thinks of in terms of the solar side of things. So I got Princeton Strategies reached out to me about doing, and I talked to Matt, Dr. Lane and Mr. Ring about the idea of a press release. They wanted to do a big press release with the start of school, do a big press event, have legislators here and so forth about our grant. They're doing kind of a road show about the solar grants that went out through the state. I said no to them originally because I know in discussions of this, I wasn't sure where the board felt about, the RFP gets approved, now we're approving it. That was really the final approval to move forward. In my mind, they didn't want to run a press event prior to that final approval. But if, we've gone through the rounds, we've got the grant, if we're comfortable with doing it, I will say yes and say let's organize a press event to get some good press, right, for that grant. So I didn't know what anybody thought of that. I don't have it in my board report, I just have the solar update. But I wanted to see what anybody thought about running a press event kind of in the nexus of the first week or month of school. We might have to move it back since we said no to the original date. They want it to be like right in the first couple of days of school. What does anybody think about that? Should we wait until after the September vote? Or do we feel like we're far enough along that we want to take the good press while it's there?
I think the press release is we're still the best kept secret in Erie County. The more times you get us before the news, the better. I don't think the board is going to not approve it when it comes before us. I can't speak for the board, but none of us. My judgment.
Would the only hiccup in the approval in the September board meeting, would that be anything that would maybe potentially, if the RFPs come back and they're way out of budget, or way out of what we've expected?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the only downside in my head, that we would then have to maybe pause and think about what we want to do before we move forward. That'd be my only thought.
And I think I'm agree with the pressure is, I think we should wait. Unless these people want to say, hey, this is when we're going to be up in Erie County, this is when our dates are available.
That's kind of what they said, Dennis, for the record, and I just said, I talked to Matt and I called Sam, I said, I don't know what to do with this, because this is one of those things that a lot of community members aren't looking for solar fields, right? They're not looking to see this stuff. And so I know, we went through it when we talked in January and before and so forth, and to even apply for the grant. So we know that it's kind of one of those great things for renewable energy, great for us if we save money, but not so great maybe in the view of the community that says, we're not ready for this type of change, right? So they wanted to do that first week of school, and they are on a road show, and they said that's when we're available, and I originally said, okay, we'll schedule it, and then I'll talk to a few, to my superintendent record, Dr. Lane, and Mr. Ring, and so forth, and when I talked to them, I said, this doesn't sit well with me, so they said, yeah, we'll schedule it, we'll just talk about it, and maybe we'll schedule it down the road, so, Yeah, so I'm fine with waiting, and we can run our own precedent, because what they were looking to do in the precedent is something that we can do ourselves. It's not, they were gonna have one of the people from the Solar 180 to come talk about renewable energy, a couple legislators, a couple people from the school. It was, 20-minute, 30-minute thing. So after hearing the logistics, it was like something we can tackle ourselves.
What other, you talk about, you want to make that, but is there questions or possibilities that some of the reimbursement or the grants don't happen too? Is there, that's coming from a federal level, or is there some changes going on there, or?
As long as we start our project, they're saying by December of 2026, as long as we start a project by then, we're safe. But, with how volatile it is at the federal level, they're saying, listen, get it approved this fall, and then the person can purchase everything, and once you have that, we started, here's receipts of purchases, planning, and we're breaking ground, March, April, we start prepping the site once the weather clears. Yeah, so. I don't think there's a hiccup that way. I felt like it was the cart in front of the horse in terms of where we felt comfortable as an entity with, okay, we're moving forward and we've awarded an RFP. Now we're doing it, right?
Is that the general consensus then, is to wait until the RFP comes back through and the committee has reviewed things, brought before the board?
I know.
That makes
I
sense.
disagree.
You disagree?
I know. That's the hard thing, because the great press with the start of school.
But if you do it when the boys are coming, real legislators will really show up.
Yeah.
If you want to get on, they'll send one of the secretaries over who'll say nice things.
Right.
The larger issue is, I assume this will build into a curriculum. One day we'll be training solar technicians to build these things, whether mom and dad like it or not. The issue is, that it's part of the curriculum. It's training young people for the newest job. I think the more publicity you get out of the get other kids.
Why do we think the community is opposed to solar? Where's that coming from?
Well,
Venango Township.
yeah,
Pardon me?
Venango Township. Washington.
I still can't hear you, there's three people talking.
I mean, out in Venango Township, there was a lot of pushback for that potential development that then has since been downsized. I don't think it's still fully approved yet. You said we're Washington Township? But I mean,
Those were large.
those are much larger and very much on public, I'll call it public locations. We have our own
I was gonna say,
property.
we own the
We own
property.
the property.
Yeah,
so
so
we were-
that's, I guess
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
ask, why would the community be opposed to something like ours, when
Yes,
we own the
through
property, it's
multiple
something small,
private locations.
and it's just to run basically our school,
Yeah, correct.
so why would that be a pushback, I don't understand.
Well, I don't know if you recall, in January, we were talking about, there were some people that were really on the fence of even tackling this project, right? And totally understand that. Some of the local districts, I know Iroquois looked at a project, Shane Murray said we were right to the end and we couldn't pull it off. So just, we're not sure it's gonna meet the bang for the buck that they're saying it's gonna meet. That doubting, the technology doubting, whether the incentives doubting, all that comes through.
Because I think if there were two things that, I don't want to speak for you, but I think what we talked about in terms of hesitation, a little bit of the community thing, but primarily two things. One, what you said, who knows what happens when we open up the documents. And then just the optics of a press conference for something that hadn't yet been approved.
Agreed.
Voted on.
Quite, if we were unanimous from the get-go, we were good, we were unanimous as a board that way. We weren't really unanimous in January, right? So we kind of said, okay, we're just gonna take this in baby steps. Now we're gonna approve putting out an RFP, now we're gonna approve, so forth. So I think we're safe. I feel like we lose that momentum of the start of school, but I think we're safe. Let's just wait till October, keep her going. We can still do it in October. And that's what I said to the guy on the phone. I said, if you're willing to still come in October, I'm in. But I feel like you're 6 weeks ahead of where we're comfortable with. And he's like, well, that's when we fit in our schedule for this road show. I said, all right, well, we can do it ourselves,
Is the criticism that if you put a solar farm across the street from my house, they would appreciate my house better? Is that what we're really talking about?
Yeah, and aesthetic view and, those type of things. I mean, I had it back in the day with just going to a digital sign in front of the school,
We're talking,
at the high school, right? The neighbors complaining and
we're
stuff.
talking about kids learning the newest trade. You're at the cutting edge.
Yes. Well, that's just it, the educational benefit that we wrote in,
Operating solar farm.
and then someone's gonna maintain it, right? And then you're gonna have businesses put solar panels on the roof, and the maintenance guys are gonna expect to be able to know that technology, fix that technology, triage it, all that good
I think
stuff.
that's from 1950s thinking is dominating, in my judgment. I'll go with consensus, but I
Yeah.
want to get the show on the road, especially when you got some of the big boys coming.
Yeah. Well, we'll just, I think we'll just hold on that and keep it rolling. It's not gonna
If I may add, I've done solar hearings for townships and boroughs, and there's 70 people there, and not one of them is for it.
Well, that's because the squeaky wheel always gets the
Well,
grease.
it
And the
doesn't,
more that they infect all the other people,
well, it doesn't
then they
mean
start it up
that the
more.
solar company didn't get what they want.
Yeah, like George.
But,
It's just-
I'm just saying, I think that if you wait and have your press conference, when you open the RFP, you have that little ability to say, well, this is how it's gonna be screened, this is how it's gonna be done. You have that information to share, but you're still gonna have to go through Summit Township to go through all of that, so.
And get the permits and
Yeah,
approvals and everything else.
So, I mean, it's a process, so you might wanna wait till you get the permit.
I will say that we have those hearings, people are satisfied with the idea of self-select out. You don't come to me, you suggest, there's 70 people there who are concerned that their house is.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Thousands to 70. right?
Yeah,
Lots of
it's,
people- lots of
all the
people
people who
do
don't
that.
show up are the people who
Well,
are
I'm
like,
just
no,
saying,
this is good.
Passive agreements.
Yeah.
The process.
A process.
We're talking theatrics.
Well, to a degree, yeah. Some of them were there to see how they could get their farmland rented.
All right, well, we'll hold on that, I think, but I'm moving the timeline up to get that approval in September is the plan, and, the RFPs are out. We got that out earlier this week, so it was a little delayed, but we got her out. So we're still moving forward with that. If you scroll down a little bit, Mike, our energy contract with WGL, our energy provider, was up. It was a 3-year contract, it was up, starting in September here, end of September, I believe it was. So we worked with them, several options, several meetings about this solar project and how that changed, changes our contract. Because we were purchasing like a fixed price, we're just drawing from the grid, from the grid, and we didn't see fluctuations in our energy usage that would cause them to be like, hey, wait a minute, you're not getting us the money you guaranteed us. So with that, we chose to go with a 9-month to get on a cycle of the school year as well. And that was really actually a really ridiculously lower price than what was going out 12, 24, 36, 21, or 33 months. So we chose, let's go 9 months, because then we'll be negotiating with the solar project 9 months further. So we'll make sure we're dotting our I's, crossing our T's there. So we got the rate at 0.06477 kilowatt hour per kilowatt hour, and it was by far the lowest option in all those options. So we were happy with it. So a few other announcements there, just so you know. We run a series of principal meetings, and you have that conference in Miami information there. The Philosophy on National Conferences, just so everyone's aware, how we're handling that now. The heavy equipment, we did buy the skid steer. We don't have it picked up and delivered yet, but we did win that at a $20,000 bid. So it ends up at $21,800 with municipal fees there for doing it on municipal. Little renovation update. We're not quite as far along as we'd like in the health lab. We're hoping to have it open for the school year, but we're going to be delayed about a month. There's actually some HVAC components that are, we haven't heard this for a year, supply chain issue on that one. So we hadn't heard that for a while, which was nice, but that's what they're claiming. So we're still looking at, significant completion by October 1st, so we won't be open for the start.
What's the problem with the doors?
What's that?
What's the problem with doors?
We still don't have doors.
What's the problem with the doors?
They're special order doors, they're all through this building. Those wood doors are all special order doors.
I understand. How long ago did we order these doors?
They didn't pass inspection. The year, so the fire ratings on certain doors, the new part of the building is 100 hours versus 50 hours versus whatever. So yes, so we still don't have those doors, so they're going in, if you're wondering about the doors going in the main office, why it's a terrible gray metal door versus the wood door, and then going into the culinary section here, there's about 4 doors. At one point, Chris Coughlin made an executive decision without confirming anyone that just put metal ones in, was gonna paint them green. And then that was right at the end, and I said, absolutely not, so, why would you do that, so forth. So we're fighting over that, but really they just got lost, just because they were like the last punch list item, and they got ordered, and Perry, when they last year, missed them, and so I called him this summer and said, we still don't have the doors. And Perry's like, we screwed up, we'll get them to you, they'll be out in 6 weeks. So just letting you know that if anybody notices those gray doors in this hallway and going into our main office where Jess, the business office is, Jess and Kat and I are there. They're in the mail, the doors are in the mail, I guess, checks in the mail. But we haven't forgotten about it. And then we still haven't closed out HVAC, we're getting closer, right?
All they need to do is send me the as-bills.
So we're getting closer, we still haven't closed out the HVAC. Because we hadn't talked about it for 8 months to a year, I just wanted to let you know those things, so I give a quick update there.
Administration is fire safe.
The sad thing is it's just the same door, it's just a different sticker. And if they're not allowed to take the sticker off, put the new sticker on, you have
I was
to
just gonna
manufacture
ask,
and the
why can't
company
they
with the
just put a
sticker that
sticker on?
says it's 100-hour fire rated doors. Because it's the new sections of the building that, like the new areas needed more than the existing areas, I guess, in the doors. I don't know. So yeah, so.
And they did, this wasn't a surprise to them that they needed these doors. It wasn't a
No, this
shock.
was not a comfortable meeting with the very end of the renovation, I think, where I looked at Chris Coughlin and said, this is not acceptable, we gotta get this better. And he did, and he's fixing it, he ordered the fix, but the fix
And there
never
was no
got.
additional cost to us, correct?
There was no additional cost of
Okay.
heating it. Yes, it was definitely a Chris Coughlin is eating the price of the doors and the things there. Yes, Perry might have a little skin in the game there, but when I talked to Tim Palmer and Don Alderson about it, basketball team doing this thing, sorry about that. Skills USA, then we have students working in work-based learning and co-op. So you have on the far right side, the 2 students that work for us, Abby and John, they're just lovely. They're great to work with, and I know, Frank, what'd you say about John Mazzar? I wish John could teach or train our other staff on how to communicate.
He's fantastic at it.
He's
But,
fantastic.
yeah,
He's
these
from
are
our
2 of the
PLC
hardest
program.
working kids I've ever been around. Love them both.
Oh yeah, he's just a good kid.
He's a Bizarro, they're talkers. My best friend's a Bizarro, so I know.
There you go. There we go. And then we have our co-op person said, hey, these 3 kids are killing it out there this summer. The first one, Vishvak, he's only going into his junior year, and he worked all summer on an internship that we were able to set him up. I mean, he's just a rock star. So really good kids doing great things there. Connor and John working out there in industry this summer. So that ends my report. Any other questions on anything on the agenda? All right, we're skipping the executive session. Let's call the meeting to order.
Do we have a quorum? Mike, did we get Corey in, or who was gonna call in?
Steve.
There's somebody at the phone number 814-739-2211 on the call.
That is Steve Gilbert.
Can Steve hear us?
I think he just said something. Hold on.
Can you hear us now, Steve?
Can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
All right, we can hear you.
We have a quorum then.
We barely can hear you.
We have a quorum by the skin of our teeth. Very well. Okay, we'll call this meeting to order. The joint operating meeting of the Erie County Technical School, August 14th. If we would take a moment of reflection, please. We would then rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. If I may have a roll call, please.
Mr. McManus, Mr. Fortin,
Present.
Dr. Wise,
Present.
Ms. Dolzani,
President,
Ms. Brink,
Here.
Mr. Koblenz, Mr. Lindner, Mr. Boyd, Mr. Ring, Mr. Gilbert,
Here?
and Mr. Morgan.
Here. Very well, we have our quorum confirmed. As discussed previously, just mentioned for the public, we were having an executive session that is now canceled, so we did not have an executive session for the record this afternoon. Then go into the next section, section 3 under amendments. I see that there's none. And then meeting minutes, if we get a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the June 26th meeting as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye. All opposed? Motion passes for the meeting minutes. We did earlier receive a presentation from Student Accomplishments regarding the Skills USA national trip. Very well received, very well put together, so we appreciate those students and again the staff that all went there. From the operating committee, obviously, is a huge accomplishment, being placed third in the nation. So we certainly appreciate them and all of their efforts and look forward to them this next upcoming school year and see what they can do. Item area 6, guest and public comment. I don't think there are any. Leave that floor open. Okay, fair enough. Very good. Okay. And then it was presented as well in the agenda. We have important items coming to the Erie County Technical School as listed. In addition, there is the RFP that has been published for the Solar for Schools project, excuse me. That has gone out this week, so that's in review as well. That's under important items to the ECTS. Any other questions or comments before we move along? Okay, no items under old business that I see, unless anyone has anything to bring up. And then moving into the section 9 for operations, new business. As listed, there are multiple items under item 9 for old business, including donations as listed. The EIC Pennsylvania lease that was mentioned by Matt earlier in the facility maintenance program lab. The student output, or the current student handbook for 25-26, the employee handbook for 25-26, ESS staff placement addendum as well, and then job descriptions for CTE, instructor transition coordinator. Those are listed as well. And then the EC3 articulation agreement for the attachment. And then those are the items that have come before the board this afternoon. Any other further, or do I hear a motion to approve those items in section 9 operations? Moved and seconded. Any other questions or comments before we move along? Okay. Since we are in a quorum with a person that has called in, we need to do a roll call vote. Since we can't do a group vote, so if I may have a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Fortin,
Yes.
Dr. Wise,
Yes.
Mr. Dolzani,
yes.
Ms. Brink,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert,
Yes.
Mr. Morgan.
Yes. Therefore, thank you. All those have been passed for operations section. Thank you. The next item is the section under financial items. We have the business manager's report. Jess, would you like to discuss anything there under A?
As of June 30th, 2025, our general fund balance is $4,533,165.73. Capital projects at $1,744,228.24. Student activities is at $10,185.64, and our benefits accounts are at $10,168.92. We received 105% of our revenue. That's because we did get a little bit more in, vocational education, and our supplemental equipment grant was more than what we budgeted. And we have expensed 98%, and that's because we're still waiting for any audit entries, and to finish up our year.
I'm sorry, look. What is our annual budget? Is it 21?
Our annual budget for the general
The
fund,
total, yeah.
we are at 8 million, I don't think it's here.
Okay.
Yes, 7,897,000 on general fund only. Do you see where it says,
Jess, would it be in the treasurer report?
no, it's not there.
You're asking what our total annual budget is?
Annual budget, yeah.
It's like 8.1 million,
Okay.
Yeah.
okay?
I don't know why, I thought, for some reason I thought I saw 21 somewhere, I was like, what? I was like, when did we get all that money?
Oh,
Now, yeah, altogether is 8.1, but if you see under where it says annual budget, it's 7.5
Okay,
for just a general fund, and then you'll see it's broken down to RCTC and everything else.
thank you. I don't know why, I quickly saw a number and I was like, wait, what?
wish we had 21.
I know, right? I was like, where did we get that money?
All right, moving into the, any other questions there on the business manager report? Or any further explanation required? Treasurer's report, anything to show there, Jess?
No, it's just pretty much what it's in the
Very
business
well.
manager.
The rest of the section then has various reports to the open invoices payable for 2 attachments, because it looks like we had 2 months worth of activity, obviously since we didn't have a July meeting. Statement of activities as well is listed. There's 4 attachments there. Payables, again, getting ourselves current up through to August. Visa procurement card payment statements as well. And those are the items that are in the financial section. So before we then, may I then have a roll call vote, please? Or a motion to approve, excuse me.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, yes, thank you. Now I can have the roll call vote. All those in favor? Or as a roll call, yes.
Mr. Horton,
Yes.
Dr. Wise, Mr. Osley,
Yes.
Ms. Brink,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert,
Yes.
Mr. Morbe.
Yes. Any nays? There are no nays. That motion passes, thank you. Yeah, because they're not present in the, so that we can
It's a
all
better-
witness the
better practice.
vote.
See, we do a in favor, yes, and not in favor, no, and if you hear somebody say no,
Fair enough.
might be easier for future reference.
On advice of counsel, this is the process.
There's not
Very
that many
good.
people, and it's not going that bad.
All right, very well. The next item is the Administrative Services and Human Resources section. That is for the, we have HR reports as noted. Looks like there's updates of policies, quite a few updates of policies. Is this first reading or this is second reading? This looks like this is the first reading, excuse me, of the updating policies. Then we have hiring and transfers as listed, multiple hirings and transfers as well. Resignations and retirements, multiples of those per the agenda. And then column advancement, again, that is to regarding some bumps in salaries for various folks as listed as well. And those are the items that are under the section 11. May I have a motion to approve this section?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments under Administrative Services and Human Resources? Hearing none, may I have an affirmative roll call vote, please?
Mr. Fortin,
Yes.
Dr. Wise.
Yes.
Mr. Osley,
Yes.
Ms. Brink,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert,
Yes.
Mr. Morbe.
Yes. And therefore, motion, any nays? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you. The next item are some informational reports. We had our superintendent, or do we have a superintendent's report?
Yeah, it's pretty brief. We met last Friday for our first meeting of this school year, reviewed a lot of the stuff that Matt already discussed in his report, including the record enrollment here at ECTS to start the school year, which is a pretty cool thing. to discuss, for a variety of reasons, a real testament to the vision of this group and the schools that contribute as well. What else did we talk about? We talked about future meetings and locations, because a lot of them, not a lot of them, but some of them will be where we normally meet, which will be pretty cool. Even if that's on a boat in the middle of the, we will all be appointing designated survivors for our respective districts, in case the boat goes down with all the superintendents on it. That would be great.
Life jackets are required.
Yeah.
I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, I think so.
The
We'll see.
lady goes out quite often.
I was gonna say, we'll see. Most of us can swim.
That was a great TV.
Yes, it was. Talked
Survival of the
about-
superintendents.
Talked about the beginning of new program, potential new programs, and whether they be here at ECTS, at the Transition Center, or satellite locations as well. That's about it. Those are the highlights.
Thank you. Any other questions for the superintendent? Right. Then we also have the leadership report.
I already gave it, but one thing to partner on him is, just so everyone's aware, you know, with the plans, the heavy equipment operation we're gonna be putting over in the school skills center is the current plan, which still leaves us the open space down this yellow hallway where there's open space for a program. So I know it feels like we've constantly talking about expansion and new programs for the last couple of years. Just letting you know, that's there. That's why we talked about, you know, new programs and have a little quick discussion about it, just to keep that, you know, discussion alive if we want to fill that space. If we don't, we understand that as well. Yeah, that's it.
Very good. And then our solicitors report. We have a solicitors report.
Yeah.
This month. Therefore, may I have a motion to approve the report section?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. A roll call vote in the affirmative, please.
Yes. Mr. Fortin,
Yes.
Dr. Wise,
Yes.
Mr. Osnanick,
Yes.
Ms. Brink.
Yep.
Mr. Gilbert,
Yes.
Mr. Morvay.
Yes. Any negatives or nays? Motion passes. Thank you. And then we have supplemental, section 13, supplemental reports and information, facilities reports. Anything there, Frank, or anybody who want to explain anything there that might need to be presented today?
The biggest thing I would have had on there would have been the health room with the HVAC coming in behind. We're 90% done with the summer cleaning as we're doing the hallways as the last part, just 2 half sections of a couple rooms. That's really the biggest part of any report that I have right now.
Ready for school.
Pretty much ready for school, we're on pace.
We're on track. Very good. Thank you. Then we have a supervisor CIA report, SISS board report, anything
So
there?
that was our student services.
Okay.
With changing the job descriptions, that's curriculum instruction and assessment, that's Julie's position. And then special ed and work-based learning, that's Lisa's position, so that's their report in there.
Okay.
Anything you guys want to highlight?
We're just getting ready for the new school year, making sure that we're prepared to have our teachers equipped with their curriculum, textbooks, the information that they need for their special ed students to be successful this year.
We're gonna hold on to every teacher this year, right?
Absolutely.
We're pretty excited about you guys approving those 2 new hires, Mr. Correll in facility maintenance and Mrs. Bean in health assistant.
And the
I think
networking teacher.
I think we'll at least hold on to health
And
assistant.
the networking teacher.
Wait, there better be a network teacher.
We approved that one last
I
month.
know,
so
but
yeah.
they're gonna
Still
stay.
have- and
They're
you
not
haven't
gonna
moved up?
go.
He hasn't jumped yet, no.
Nothing's started to get quick before school?
He's
I don't know,
retired
that was my
military,
question.
and he seems to be a pretty good guy, so we'll keep our fingers.
He's solid, right?
Well, he hasn't even started yet, so we can't.
Yeah, he starts Monday,
Is he
Is he right? Oh.
when your personal property was on the living here by any chance?
Did he move in another?
Yeah, has he moved in yet?
He is, I don't know, he's been here a couple
He's been here several times, but with the summer cleaning, it was kind of hard for him to get in here.
times.
As soon as he starts leaving stuff here, then like lock his doors at night so he can't come get it.
I mean, I do know that, didn't he get like $30,000 of new equipment from the supplemental equipment grant? Didn't we buy all that?
Well, come on, man.
Like this guy's
Hey, it's
walking
like
into
Christmas
like he just got all new stuff to play with too, so hopefully he'll be happy.
You know how fast they are? Mike, see how optimistic we are? So you're back.
We're gonna be optimistic. We're gonna everybody's gonna knock on wood over and over
Is this
again.
good? I think this is.
Well,
good.
It's faking, it's
I
good enough.
can segue right into Mike's report, technology report.
You're your backup.
Well, he's the backup now.
Yeah.
Anything, Mike, you wanna highlight on technology?
Just like Frank said, and Julie said too, I mean, start of school with record numbers coming in, making sure all the technology's ready to go. We're going through room by room. Nothing major, fixing the world's problems. I'm sure when everybody comes back, there'll always be those growing pains of getting people back on. So, but we have a teacher, so I can just do my job when
That's
they all come.
awesome.
So,
His hair is actually starting to grow back.
yeah.
Then we also have the JOC member attendance report for your review, secondary program transition enrollment report, as was mentioned, record numbers. So that's moving forward as well. And then we have some reports on population reports, partnership coordination reports, anything there, nothing there. Through, and then RTCT reports, none of those, or no, excuse me, there are 2 reports for July and August. Therefore, may I have a motion to accept your reports?
You got it.
That's all informational.
Oh, that is all information.
We can just keep rolling through.
We accept the report.
Oh, I was motioning to adjourn, I'm sorry.
Oh, fair enough. You have no correspondence? Let's just go through, we make touch base on everything.
I didn't see anything else.
You have a fun.
There's still a fundraiser.
Where am I at here? Oh, I have number 14.
Oh.
See, I jumped ahead.
You missed something.
You guys got me all
Oh, there
screwed
it
up.
is. Oh, the fundraiser's on the second line.
Beating up the rookie.
It's up there reading it.
Yeah, fair enough. So we have number 14, statute-related businesses. We have no reports under staff travel, but we do have an item under fundraising for the
Do we have dates for all of these things?
This is just a potential list.
Okay.
The advisors like to throw this out once a year, and then as they get the students together, they kind of talk about what's feasible, what they want to tackle, but they wanted to get a blanket approval so that they can move forward promptly once students make some decisions.
And some of them do have dates, so like if you scroll down, there's like the blood drive dates are set for this year.
Yep.
You know, I think it was January 21st, May 19th, and there's one.
I was gonna say, don't we do some of these like every year, like the give
Yeah,
back
these are the
days,
every year.
food donation drives, so
Yep.
those are.
Yep, these are
Those
the
are
every
pretty
year
much set
things
stuff.
that goes.
Yeah.
So as dates get added, those will become up onto the important dates coming to ETCS. That's
Yeah.
how that will
Yeah.
be reported.
Would there be any way for you to, once you do get dates added, to keep this particular document and then add the dates to it and then keep rolling it over?
If that's the request, we can certainly
Yeah,
accommodate
we
that.
can make
That would just be nice to know if it's, that way,
It's a
you know,
running
every
count.
year if it changes things, you know?
I will share with you that, and THS is very excited, they're in the planning phases, but they really believe that they're gonna have a craft fair on campus this fall. So we're excited to start that and make it a tradition, so we'll have updates as they come up.
And you heard the
That's a
skills kids,
Saturday
they want
event
to.
that they're planning, that's that community craft fair, it's about the 4th bullet down there under community service items.
See,
Good. This one does require.
Yes, because
Yes.
they want.
Very much approved. So may I hear a motion to approve the items of
So
14?
I'll just move my motion.
Move and, do I hear a second, please?
Second.
And seconded. Any questions? May I hear an affirmative roll call, please?
Mr. Fortin,
Yes.
Dr. Wise,
Yes.
Mr. Slanik,
yes.
Ms. Brink,
Yes.
Mr. Gilbert,
Yes.
Mr. Morvay.
Yes. Any nays? Motion carries. Thank you. We then move into any correspondence? Anything?
What's the facility?
Facility use request? Yeah, we don't have, at this point.
There's no request.
I mean, the lease agreement is basically
Okay.
like that, right? They're gonna use
I
it.
didn't know I was listed, if there's nothing.
We've always listed that, and that's actually one of the things I'm questioning, like, can't that just be under new business and not have to have it under statute-related business? I mean, you just put those under new business and we just
Okay.
in the future.
Because a lot of times there's some on it, so I thought maybe.
If it's in the agenda prior to the meeting, it should be
Yeah.
in a proper
That's
spot.
it's just a placeholder again. Because I've seen stuff on it before.
It's a placeholder.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll over my motion.
Okay.
No.
We have a motion to adjourn. Seconded.
I'll second that too.
I guess I need a roll call,
Do you need that
affirmative
roll
vote
call for that one?
Do I need an affirmative roll call for that? No. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any nays?
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
What time's our
Great
meeting?
talk, by the way.
What time's our, I had a few, I told before we schedule these meetings, it's hard to get everybody showing up and know what happens. Yeah. I told, every time you schedule these meetings on the first time, nobody shows up, it's tough.
I like this lunchtime meeting.
I don't mind any time, but the idea.